I welcome you to phase 3 of the chapter The Midnight Visitor. We have finished reading the chapter in first two phases. If you haven't seen those two, I request you to view them first so that you do not miss anything. And now I'm going to compile all that we have done in this phase. I hope you are liking my videos, and if you're really liking them, if they are beneficial for you, I request you to please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. And if you do that, that will be a really helpful gesture for me. I'll be really thankful and I'll be motivated to create more such videos. So please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon and motivate me. Summary. Now, meeting of Ossible and Fowler. Fowler feels disappointed as he cannot find any characteristic of a secret agent in Ossible. ये first part में होता है. But then जब वो उसके रूम में जाते हैं, just as Ossible and Fowler reach Ossible's hotel room, Max is found waiting for them. He threatens Ossible by pointing out a gun and tells him that he has come to receive the report that he is about. Ossible creates a story to misguide Max to ensure the safety of Fowler as well as his own. He tells Max that anybody could enter his room easily through the balcony that was just below the window in his room. In reality, we come to know that there is no balcony outside the window. Max jumps off the window and dies. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door, and Ossible pretends that it is the local police who've been calling to ensure his security because he was to receive the very who've been called to ensure his security because he was to receive the very important document. Max is angry and decides to wait in the balcony while he instructs Ossible to send them back. He steps out of the window and is heard screaming. When the door is opened, a waiter enters with drinks ordered by Ossible, and we are told that there was no balcony ever. Now we need to proceed to deeper understanding of the story. First of all, character of Ossible. I gave you a theme in the beginning that appearances are deceptive. So you will get some points to justify that in character as well. And also I gave you the points that we need to be good, active, we need to be calm, we need to be having quick thinking and presence of mind. All those points have been covered here in this long content for character of Ossible. Please pick them and justify them. So we all know that Ossible proves himself to be a smart, intelligent man who was a secret agent, though he doesn't look like one. He shows great presence of mind and outwits the other secret agent, Max. He is short-heighted and fat. Despite living in Paris for 20 years, he could neither leave the American accent he had brought from Boston, nor he could speak French and German fluently. Because of this, people thought that he won't be a good secret agent. He was a keen observer as he could find out Fowler's disappointment and boredom in his company. He must have been a reliable spy as he possessed a very important document for which several men and women had risked their lives, and other spies like Max too wanted to possess that paper. He was quick-witted and had a great presence of mind. This intrepid and quick thinking agent created a believable story instantaneously and got rid of his rival Max in no time. He also narrated it so dramatically that not only Max, Fowler too was convinced about the problem of his balcony. Not for a moment could Max think that it might be a fabricated story and that he deliberately jumped into it and lost his life. In other words, he proved to be quite dangerous for Max, though he had a great sense of humor when he talked to Fowler. He is resourceful enough to put to use the height of a window in his apartment. Resourceful होता है वो इंसान जो सभी तरह के सोर्सेज को मैक्सिमम यूज़ करे. तो हाइट ऑफ द विंडो को वो बहुत अच्छा यूज़ करता है. सिक्स्थ एंड टॉप मोस्ट फ्लोर एंड लेटर द अराइवल ऑफ हेनरी आता है. हेनरी को वो कहता है कि पुलिस आ गई, कॉलिंग इट अराइवल ऑफ द पुलिस. ही इज़ fearless and has a good presence of mind. He wins the reader's applause by his astute response in the critical situation wherein Fowler's life too was at risk when Max was ready to shoot them. तो यहाँ पे Fowler की भी जान वो बचाता है. Now, character of Fowler. Young romantic writer looking for some excitement in the company of a secret agent like Ossible. He was under the impression that he would meet a slim, robust, and lively man as the secret agent Ossible. However, he was disillusioned to meet the not so typical spy. He remains a passive character throughout the story. He, like Max, is credulous, means he also believes whatever he is told, as he too believed the story of the balcony. He feels astounded to have been saved by Ossible's presence of mind. Astounded means very happy. Max is a slender man, not very tall. His features suggest that he is slightly crafty and cunning like a fox. He did not seem very dangerous otherwise for the gun that he pointed at them. He was overconfident about the power of his gun. वो सोचता था कि उसकी गन में बहुत पावर है, उसको दिखा के वो कुछ भी कर लेगा और वो बच जाएगा. Even then he falls a prey to Ossible's sagacity, means quick thinking. The gullible spy, easily वो believe कर लेता जो भी उसको बोला जाए, तो ऐसे लोग होते हैं gullible. He took no time to believe Ossible's story of the balcony. Later he did not confirm about the knock on the door and assumed his safety in the balcony. These qualities prove that he was not a good secret agent. He was a fool. That is why Ossible could easily befool him, and at the end he loses his life. How does Ossible manage to make Max believe that there is a balcony attached to his room? अब वो अपनी इस स्टोरी को कन्विंसिंग कैसे बनाता है? First of all, he created a convincing story about the presence of a balcony. He said twice in a month somebody had entered his room through the balcony. On being questioned by Max about the balcony, he replied with extreme irritation that it was not his balcony. तो ये तीन बातें हैं. फिर, while talking about it, he also looked at Fowler, as if he was truly explaining his problem and he needed help urgently. This reaction, which looked natural, played a part in convincing Max. He further told Max explain करते हुए, that his room was earlier a part of larger unit and adjoining room was the one which had the balcony. The puri details, he gives all the details. He said that it extended under his window. His manner of description, giving details and speaking convinced Max that there was surely a balcony under his window. तो ये उसका style convincing था. When exactly, according to you, Ossible had thought up his plan for getting rid of Max? अब आप बताएं कि exactly कब सोचा होगा Ossible ने? Did he think of this plan of balcony and window right at that point? It seems that Ossible had worked out the plan right from the beginning. He did not take any time to let Max know about the presence of a balcony. His story seemed pretty much thought out. लगता था कि पहले की सोची हुई story थी and it was very convincing in his narration. Fortunately, एक और अच्छी बात हुई. Timing of the knock on the door was perfectly timed because he had already asked the waiter Henry to bring him a bottle of drink in 2 glasses for Fowler and himself after he returned. Therefore, he was expecting his knock on the door. Accordingly, he told Max that it was the police whom he had asked to check in to make sure everything was all right. And at the end, the calmness with which he told Fowler, who was terrified that there was no police and that he had expected the waiter to come in with his order, shows that he was not surprised by a sudden turn of events. उसको पता ही था कि वो क्या कर रहा है. And Max turning up at his room. Such a detailed and well-lit plan gives the impression that it was pre-planned and that he was prepared for it. I hope you enjoyed my lesson. It was a detailed study of The Midnight Visitor. In case you have problems, get back to me on the contact ID and the phone number given. Keep excelling in English. Hope you score full marks and you never forget what all you heard in this session, in this module, over 3 phases of the chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.